Hey fam, welcome to our Thursday short, where we answer a question from you.
That's right. And this week, we're going to answer a question that Karen Louise asked us last Sunday. She asked, all right, so what if you can't leave right now? What should you be doing? Right? So
Yeah.
we're going to frame this through the lens of Frances Cress Welsing. All right. She is one of my favorite authors and educators. If you don't know who she is, you need to Google her. All right. So we're going to view this through her lens of hope, work, school, play, and community.
hmm So let's get to it.
All right.
So we're gonna start this off with a trivia question. What is the subtitle of the ISIS papers? Drop your answer in the chat.
And we'll reveal it. We will reveal it at the end of the live stream. And look, we're going to give a shout out to the person who guesses it first. I know y'all are Googling it right now. That's why I started giggling, because it's like, I want to know how many of you know even who she is. And if you don't, all right, because as the melon felon is erasing our history, we have to make sure that we can pass this along. We cannot depend that it's going to be in the cloud. We cannot depend that it's going to be in the library. That means we need you to be reading these books, y'all. We need to be reading these books.
So let's deal with this question from the 4 different angles. The first being home.
That's right. But first, hey, y'all, my name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, we talk about travel and life abroad. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time or maybe even early.
Early is a good thing, and abroad is even better.
All right, sweethearts. All right. So what are we talking about today?
So we're going to be talking about, if you're still in America, here's how to build peace of mind, options, and power in 2025.
Oh, wait. Dr. Sanji, Angel. Who else? Okay. Is Dr. Sanji the first one? I think she is. Look, our people be knowing, all right? Utopians be knowing. We be knowing the stuff, okay? We know that all of you who are watching us right now are exceptional. We know that. You're curious. That's why you here, right? All right. So let's go ahead. Y'all know our story. You know, we went from negative 22,000 over 1.1 million. We ain't going to get into that today. All right. We are going to get to the things, because right now, fascism is happening. Right now, there are folks who are being terrorized in the streets of DC, in the streets of LA, in the streets all around America. Right now, the melon felon, the 32 count, 34 count, whatever felon is
wreaking
havoc. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. On America. All right. And all of us are not in a position to get out of Dodge.
No.
Because we have got to be rebuilding communities in other places. Right now, I'm reading Parable of the Sower.
I'm going to have to read that. And we would like to thank Karen Louise for asking that question so we could address it.
Yes.
So the first, as we said, is home, to stabilize the base.
Right.
You know, you have to. Your first job is stability.
Right. Stability. So calculate your freedom floor. Your base bones monthly spend times 6 or times 12. All right. Your base bones monthly spend, not your monthly salary, y'all. All right. Because we should not be spending what we make. So your bare bones monthly spend times 6 months, or times 12 months.
Automate 10 to 20% of every paycheck into a separate account.
That's right.
A get out fund and a FU fund. And name those accounts exactly that. Psychology matters.
It matters, y'all. All right. We literally, we have got an FU fund. We've got an oh shit fund. All right. Literally, if you look in our bank accounts, you can see that. And it does matter. It does matter because that reminds us of what we're doing, right? When we don't buy the little bauble that we want, when we don't go out to dinner, when we don't meet the girls for brunch, we know, I don't know what they got, but we know that we are putting that money into our get out of Dodge fund, into our FU fund, into our shit fund, right?
Yeah.
Right. Next, get your documents ready.
Get your documents ready. Passports for every adult and child. Your birth certificates, your marriage or divorce papers, vaccination cards.
Scan all of this, encrypt it to the cloud, and keep water safe copies in your home. All right. Start apostilles right now. All right. So anything that needs to be apostilled. What is an apostille? It's basically a government notary of public. All right. That's in layman's terms. Don't get in our comments and all right. That's what an apostille is.
Right.
So, federal documents have to be apostilled by federal apostille, state. All right.
Some countries might not ask that, but we know Portugal asked for that.
Portugal definitely asked for that. And an apostille basically says that this marriage certificate, these divorce papers, whatever it is that's supposed to be a government document,
Right.
The government is guaranteeing that that is authentic. So wherever you need to take that, the United States government or your home government, because I'm sure every country has something similar, is guaranteeing that this is authentic. Okay, so that's what that is.
So this next thing is an important thing, and a lot of people really don't pay attention to it. That is, build a 72-hour go bag.
We've talked about this before, y'all.
Have a go bag.
We've talked about this before. Look, this might seem a bit hyperbolic. We have been accused of being fear mongers for the past like 9 to 10 to 12 months, right? We have been accused. And it's interesting because somebody just about 2 or 3 days ago, I think one of our clients who called and said, you know what, Alicia, I remember when we found you, and I remember those people saying you were fear monger, and everything that you said has come to pass.
Yeah.
I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a unicorn. It's all obvious. Like, it's obvious that this was what was going to happen. He said what was going to happen. All we did was say, here's the book. He said what was going to happen, Project 2025, and here we are, right? So we're not trying to be hyperbolic. So look at this, like if you don't want to think of the zombie apocalypse, so to speak, think of this like an earthquake bag, right? Your earthquake go bag, or like if a hurricane or a flood strikes, you've got your bag, you can grab it. It's got,
It's got pretty much most of the stuff that you need in it.
Like what?
It's got your meds, your backup glasses, your power bank for charging things, cash, your bank card with a zero balance, and copies of your IDs.
Right. So when we're talking about a bank card, like a credit card, right? If you are a utopian, then we know that you are working to be debt free. If you are a utopian, then probably you are debt free. You have no credit. So this doesn't apply to you, but you've already got a card that ain't got a zero balance. But if you're new to our channel and you still trying to get stuff together, we understand, no judgment. All right. Make sure you have a card that has zero balance just in case. Just in case. And keep that power bank charged. So check it every so often and make sure that it's charged. Here's one that's new.
Digital hygiene. Password managers, two-factor authentications, and lock down your social media.
So I use like a Google Authenticator. There's Authy Authenticator, right? There's different authenticators that give you a revolving number every 60 seconds. And every single application that I have an account with, if I try to use that authenticator app, all right? And if I can't use that, then you do, some other version where they're giving you a number, they're texting you a number or something like that. Right. That is not as secure. And I don't know why American banks are not accepting the authenticator apps. Here in Portugal, they have a version of that. where you get like a 7 to 8 digit number, something like that. And every time you log in, they say, give me the third, the ninth, the first number. Next time it's the second, the third, the eighth, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot more secure here, but in the United States, it's not. So you want to make sure that you are being safe, not only when you travel, but also as this government overreaches.
Yeah.
So have your stuff on lockdown. If you're traveling, get rid of the digital thumbprint on your phone or the face, recognition. Get rid of all of it. Make sure when you travel.
Yeah.
All right.
Another thing is save critical contacts offline.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Have an encrypted note of contacts on paper in your wallet, a physical piece of paper. If you cannot, so, in case you forget, you can't memorize it, you might have more than.
Right.
10,
so we're talking about how you navigate this new world with this new regime. Okay. You need to have contact numbers. The days of being able to just have everybody on quick dial and think that you will always have your phone accessible when they are trying to figure out who you are through your phone, right? Those days are over. So we got to go back to old school and start memorizing stuff. If you're like, then write it down on a little piece of paper. There are a lot of ways that you can do that and put it in a code so nobody knows. Like I will change a social security number into a phone number every day of the week. And I've got my little way that I do that and put numbers in between and this and that and the other, right? And so I can put down people's social security numbers and still know it looking like a phone number just in case. These are the things, it's crazy that we have to think this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Health is mobility.
Yeah.
This is I'm going to let you do this one because this is your thing.
Yeah, it's important. You need to keep a 90-day supply of your medicines. Basic screenings, a 1-page medical summary that you can carry with you. You can travel with you in case you go somewhere, you go to a different country or whatever, and you run out or you misplace your medicine. A lot of places will still honor at least one refill for your medicines until you can go see a doctor to have them redo your medications.
Exactly.
And you prove to people too that, hey, this is my medicine. My doctor signed off of it in states, and
And not only that, if something happens, if a flood happens, if an earthquake happens or something like that, if you have this with you, no matter where you end up as you are being evacuated, right? You can go to the local pharmacy with that information, on you. And they will understand in an emergency, they will go ahead and give you that 30-day, 60-day, 90-day supply, right? Mm-hmm. So this is not just for travel. This is also because shit's going down in the United States and FEMA ain't around, y'all.
Yeah, didn't he cancel FEMA? Or damn near?
Damn near.
Defunded it or something?
Damn near. All right. So we talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about home. Now we're going to work. Make your money portable. Make your money portable.
Yeah.
All right. So, number 1, take the 401k match. Y'all, I can't tell you how many of the people that we've talked to as clients on our one-on-one coaching calls, information on that is in the description below, who tell us that they didn't expect to be on that job that long, so they didn't get into the 401k plan. I don't care if you don't plan to be on the job but 2-3 weeks. As soon as you are eligible, especially if the company is matching, join that 401k and give until it bleeds. Give until it bleeds. Future you will thank you.
Yeah. It's your
Future
money.
you
Yes.
will thank you. All right. So take the 401k match. Then
prioritize your Roth IRA for tax-free growth. Keep investing simple, consistent, dollar cost average into broad index funds.
Which is what we preach, right? So if you're in Beyond the Bling, right, our financial freedom program for folks who are late bloomers trying to get financially free, you already know that, right? You already know that. It's consistent. It's consistency. And even in retirement, y'all, we are still putting money into our brokerage account to continue investing, because the times that are coming up with the amount of unemployment and everything that's going to happen in the next 1 to 5 years, y'all, we want you to be safe. We want you to be secure. We want to make sure that every single person watching and every single family member and every single friend of every single person watching is prepared for the coming chaos.
Yeah.
We're in that time. We're in that pivotal time.
Yeah, it's not coming, it's here.
It's here. Think about like this AI stuff is deep, y'all. It's deep. So think about like if you had put all of your money into a farming, and then the cotton gin comes out and you just put all of your money into manual labor. That's what's happening right now. Like that, the people who put their money into manual labor as the cotton gin came out are out of business, right? They were out of business. The same thing is going to happen, and it's happening now, and it's happening quickly. And Black America, look, y'all, we know how to survive, but we want to thrive, right? Because because they voted this way to hurt us. They voted this way to hurt us. But they don't realize that we have been hip to the skip from the beginning, right? We know how to do this thing. So own your pipeline. Your email list beats any social platform any day of the week, okay? Having access to people, whether it's for networking possibilities or what have you. All right. I don't want to be 100% transactional. But in this time, we've got to stick together, and we've got to be in the bartering type of mentality. All right. That's where we've got to go.
Yeah. Add one exportable skill this month.
One exportable skill.
Bookkeeping.
This month.
Bookkeeping, editing, design.
Tech VA, virtual assistant.
Coaching.
Tutoring, translation. Look, go. The first $1,000 a month within 90 days. That is your goal. Make $1,000 in the next 90 days. You have expertise. You don't get to be 45 plus without having expertise. And even those of you who may be watching who are 35 plus, you know something somebody else younger than you doesn't know. Now, you might not be able to make 1,000, but maybe you can make 500 if your base makes less money, right? But for those of you who are 45 plus, you have a base that's got the money to pay for the shortcuts, for the information that you have in your brain that you are taking for granted. And you're taking it for granted because white supremacy says that you don't know SHIT, right? White supremacy says you are low IQ, right? Yeah. You are low IQ. Don't believe the hype. You know what you know. You know what you know.
Grab job sponsor certificates that travel.
Right? I remember like when I worked for big corporations, every single educational opportunity that they would pay for, I took it. And I took it basically telling them, yeah, I'm taking this because I don't want to work here no more. I'm taking this because I want a promotion, whatever have you, right? I was bold with it. I was bold with it in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I was. All right. And so your job may be offering you the opportunity to learn stuff so you can get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Don't take that for granted. Look, if you don't know about it, ask, especially if you work for a large corporation, even if you work for the government. They do tuition reimbursement all day long. All day long. Platform resilience. Backup payments like Stripe, PayPal, and add an alternative, mirror your offers on your own site. So if you are doing a side hustle, right, you want to have backup ways to take payments. As things with how Trump is operating makes people not want to deal with certain payment platforms, etc. You just want to make sure that you can take everybody's money. All right. So be nimble in that.
Mm-hmm. Ask yourself, what's one skill you can monetize in 30 days? I mean, take your time and ask that question and write it down.
Yeah. I want to hear, if you're in the chat, what's one skill you can monetize in the next 30 days? If you're watching from the future, hey, I hope it's better than today. I hope it's better than today. All right. Let us know. What is that one skill you have? Think about it. What is that one skill that you have that you can monetize in 30 days? I think you will be surprised. All right. The next session, school. Learn like your life depends on it, because it might. It might. Okay. We need you to be curious. We need you to learn things that you didn't think you would need to learn, right? Like, what is willow bark? What does that do? What does willow bark do? If you know what willow bark does, if you know what willow bark heals, let us know in the chat if you're watching live, or in the comments. What does willow bark do? Right? Learn like your life depends on it. For our kids, education and mobility backup.
Build a portable learning plan. Library card, offline curriculum.
Look, y'all, I got three, four, five library cards from the United States, and I will download my digital books, audio books, and Kindle books, and all of that stuff for free through the library. If you are paying for Audible, why? If you're paying for Audible and you don't have a library card, why?
Quit giving Jeff Bezos your money.
Right? Seriously. All right. Library card, offline curriculum, in community, create Saturday school. This is so important. All right, y'all. If you cannot leave for a minute and you've got kids, as they are erasing our history from the books, from the libraries, from the museums, it is important for us to make sure that our kids understand our history. So when I was a kid, I went to Saturday school. I was mandated to go to Saturday school. So just like Jewish kids go to Hebrew school, I went to Saturday school and I learned about African history. I learned about Kwanzaa. I learned African dance. I learned Swahili, etc., etc., etc. We need to be doing these things and taking matters into our own hands. Start looking around at local organizations, local Black organizations in your community, and start advocating for this. They've already got the infrastructure, bring other people in, and let's do this thing. All right. We can no longer depend, and we should have never depended on the public school system to educate our kids, nor the private school system if it's not run by us. And even sometimes when it is. All right. So we need to teach our kids African American history and African history, because it's being erased.
Yep. Start collecting African and African American history books before they get banned and disappear.
All right, adults, listen up. Become precinct committee people or precinct captains. What are you talking about, Halisi? In the Democratic Party, if you are watching and you are a Republican, you might want to just turn off right now, okay? Because the Republican Party is now MAGA, and MAGA equals fascism, equals Nazi, equals white supremacy, all right? So that's where we're at. So in the Democratic Party, the structure is at the county level. Below the county level is the precinct level. That's the neighborhood level. And every single neighborhood in the United States has a precinct committee person or a precinct captain. It's a precinct something. That's what they call it, right? In California, I think it's a precinct captain. In Colorado, it's a precinct committee person. That person is responsible for community organizing just for that neighborhood. It's not even a whole neighborhood. It's usually just about 5 to 7 blocks, depending upon how dense. All right. But they are very, very powerful. When there is a death, right? When there is a vacancy, the precinct committee people are the people who put in the person to fill that vacancy, even for U.S. Congress or U.S. Senate. No, not U.S. Senate. Governor does that, but Congress. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So it is very, very powerful. Notwithstanding your state senators, your state representatives or assembly people, right? If there's a vacancy, those little 50 to 40 to 50 to 60 people vote those people in. That is very powerful. And I did it. I voted in a new state senator. I was one of 45 people. It's very powerful. And it is a volunteer, and most people do not know about it. All right. This is how we take control. We've been asleep for too long. It's time to get woke.
Form a micro tribe of 5 to 7 people.
All right. 5 to 7 people. What are the roles? Legal brain,
Medical brain,
money brain,
logistics brain,
and an elder. All right. You might even want to put in spiritual. Okay. Maybe the elder and spiritual are the same person. All right. We need to get rid of that rugged individualism, Eurocentric BS, and go back to our roots. Okay. Community. Let's get, and this is not, we all got a part to play, right? This is about love. This is about looking out for one another. This is not just about you scratch my back, I scratch yours. This is about, I'm going to scratch your back and you may never get the opportunity to scratch mine, and that's fine. That's what this is about. All right. Do weekly check-ins with this group.
Yeah.
Share your resources.
Agree on emergency meetup spots.
Especially if you're participating in protests and things like that. Okay. We're not being hyperbolic, y'all. We've read the history books. We know how this could go. There is an opportunity that we will never need some of this, but it's better to plan for the worst and hope and pray for the best.
Better be ready for it.
Right? Mutual aid over optics. All right. Mutual aid over optics. F optics. Performative BS. What do we mean? Rotate childcare. All right. Let's start getting back into those things. Let's rotate grocery runs and prep days, right? Mm-hmm. Let's do these things as a community so that we can start relieving some of the pressure. Yeah. Practice before you need it.
Mm-hmm. Travel drills. Each quarter, do a 2-night backpack only trip to a nearby city.
Take that go bag and see if it's working.
Practice living light and the problem solving in motion.
Right? So you got what you got. You got what you got. And put parameters around it. All right? The question was, if I can't go for a few years, what should I be doing in the meantime? Diaspora bridges now. Join Black expat communities that are abroad, all right? Join them now. Start participating in the conversations and listening to what they're talking about. So join those in your target countries, right? Yeah. Engage weekly. You know, you ain't got to be in there all the time, nope. Right? So that when you land, you're not a stranger. All right? Tag someone who is in your micro tribe with a heart emoji. So if there's someone who is in your micro tribe that is 1, a utopian, or 2, on YouTube, tag them and then put a heart emoji. All right. Last, play and community. Build circle, not just followers, y'all. We did the micro tribe.
Didn't switch up.
Oh, yep. That was the one. Okay. So that was the one. Okay. Whoops. Thank you. Civic shielding.
Show up where the budgets and policies happen. Visibility makes quiet harm harder.
That's the precinct committee person, precinct captain stuff that we were talking about. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. We did the travel drills. We did the diaspora bridges. All right. Plant flags, residency without full-time stay. right? So Mexico, for instance, allows you to get residency without you having to stay in country. So if you cannot afford to move yet, or if there are other things that are keeping you in country, you can still get residency in other countries, right? You can get residency in Costa Rica. I think you have to check in once a year. You can get residency in Panama. I think you have to check in twice a year, all right? Do your Googles. There's more than just Mexico, Costa Rica, and Panama that do not require you to check in more than once a year or so, if any. All right. So start stacking those, even if you cannot leave or move out of country right now. All right. Build a proof pack.
6 to 12 months of bank statements, pension or social security letters, employment or contract letters, clean background checks with apostille, and keep it ready to print.
All right. It's a doggone shame, but we are in the papers, please era, y'all. We told y'all. We told y'all back in September, October, November, this was coming. And now it's here. It's here. It's here. But that's okay. That's okay. We can get through this and get to the other side. I have no idea what's going to happen with America. That is not our concern. What our concern is that our community gets through this. That's what our concern is. So put a date, put a move date on the country, right? And do a recon trip.
Yep.
If you can do a recon trip in the next 6 months, this may give you the next 6 to 9 months, this may give you the energy that you need to keep up with all of these other things, especially the financial sacrifices that you're going to have to make. And we're making financial sacrifices as well, y'all. Seriously. When we first got here, the exchange rate was such that it was parity, and in some quarters the dollar was higher. All right, and so we don't have Social Security is Social Security. That it ain't changed. The amount of money has changed a little bit, but it hasn't changed in the same rate as the exchange rate has changed. All right, so we're all having to buckle down because of what the melon felon is doing.
Yeah,
right. So if you can open up a bank account in a local currency, do that. Do that.
Or a multi-currency.
Exactly. Exactly. And then look at things like Olafly and stuff like that, so that you can have a universal SIM. So if there's an opportunity, or if there is a chance that you have to go out of country, past Canada, past Mexico, because most cell phones work in Canada and Mexico, right? You can hit the ground and still have data, right? Maybe you want to meet with an immigration attorney.
Wouldn't hurt.
In a couple of places.
Give you a lot of times you get a free consult.
Free consult, right? Like, you don't have to meet with an attorney, y'all. Okay, an immigration specialist. Let's put it that way. When you look at the movies and things like that, people say, "Oh, I need to get an immigration attorney." No, we haven't had an attorney yet. And we have legal status in 2 countries outside of the United States, all right? But an immigration specialist that has an attorney on call just in case, that's what you need to be doing.
And you can scout neighborhoods.
That's right. That's right. You can scout neighborhoods on the scouting trip. We also have a scouting trip checklist. It's in the description below. So synchronize your timelines.
Yeah.
Right? You need a savings runway. Yeah. When will your lease end if that's an issue for you?
Your passport renewals,
right?
When are they due?
Right.
Your visa, windows.
Right.
How long are your visas?
Right.
Good for.
Exactly. So in other words, like if you're going to get a Mexican residency, for instance, that visa is good for 6 months. So you need to know, can I get down to Mexico within 6 months to exchange that visa for a green card, right? So that's what we mean by, synchronize your timelines and make sure you got everything and all of the steps ahead of time. If you can move sooner than later, we do have a move abroad toolkit that is in the description below. Even if it's 2 years out, get that toolkit so that you can start mapping these things out. Treat it like a project plan, right? With milestones, etc. Prioritize community,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Choose a city where our people already are.
That's why
It saves time, money, and risk.
there is a reason why there's so many Black Americans in Lisbon, Portugal. There's a reason, right? It's because there's other of us here, right? We can help each other, right? We're here. We help each other out. We all in these WhatsApp groups, right? Helping each other out with all of the things that only immigrants have to experience, right? And we all speak the same language, whether it be Ebonics or English. And the same is true in other countries and cities, all right? We've got community in other countries and cities. All right, so money moves in these next 90 days. This is what you need to do. All right, automate. Every payday, what they gonna do?
10 to 20% to the Get Out Fund, steady DCA to investments.
Right? Dollar cost averaging.
Dollar cost averaging.
Right? Dollar cost averaging to investments, right? So we know the Get Out Fund, the FU Fund, whatever you want to call it. Call it something. A small skills budget, right? To amp up those skills. First, look to see if your job is going to pay for some of these things. For the certificate that will pay you back, all right? You want to get certificates that will pay you back.
Mm-hmm.
Debt triage.
Minimums on all. Attack the highest interest. Keep 3 months of liquidity, and don't be house rich and cash poor.
But if you are house rich and cash poor, we did a video on that. We did a video on how you can still move abroad if you're house rich and cash poor. All right. So maybe we'll put that in the description below. I'll remember to put that in the description below. If you're watching from the future, it's probably already down there. All right. Income spread. No, we're not doing that. I'm not going to tell you that. I don't agree with that. All right. I'm sorry. I put some stuff in and I'm like, yeah, on second thought, no. All right. Insurance check. We're not big insurance people. All right. But if you've got kids and you don't have a big savings, you might want to think about insurance. All right. If you don't have kids and or you have a big savings, it might not make sense to pay for insurance. If you're paying, 100, 200, whatever a month to get $100,000 benefit and you've got over $100,000 in the bank, what do you need the insurance for? Right. And if you have no kids, you really don't need it.
No.
You don't need it. All right. So don't get swindled by that stuff. Move quiet, move steady. All right. This is the mindset that you need to have. No doom scrolling. All right. No. Stop that. Stop it.
Just dashboard.
All right. Once a week, 30 minutes. Savings percent. Is it up or down?
Hours of skill practice logged.
All right. Applications or clients contacted. How many? Documents updated. What did I do? All right. No doom scrolling. We're gonna have a checklist and we're gonna get this stuff done. Put an exit date on paper.
The date makes the plan real, even if it moves.
All right, y'all. And that's what we have for you. All right. So, what was the answer? The ISIS papers. The answer is.
Oh, did we want to see if somebody already?
I already know. Dr. Sanji got it. Oh, okay. But if you didn't see what she put in the chat, the subtitle is The Keys to the Colors. Okay. Shout out to Dr. Sanji, who was the first person to get it correct. Utopians be knowing, y'all. Utopians be knowing. All right. If tonight helped, type Utopia so that the algorithm knows that our people are here. All right. And remember, you may be stuck stateside right now. All right. But it's just for now. You're not stuck forever, right?
No, it's not forever.
So start moving, move quietly, especially, but you don't have to move quietly within community, but move quietly, especially in them outside streets. You know what I mean, right? Start moving steady. We've got you.
Yeah.
So if you still have questions, we offer one-on-one coaching. That information is in the description below. If you need to get your money straight, Beyond the Bling is our financial freedom program for late bloomers. That information is in the description below as well. And last but not least, there's one other thing. Oh, join. That's right. Join the channel. If you think that this information is something that other Black Americans and other folks from the diaspora need to know, then please join, because we see folks getting canceled. We see folks getting canceled. This is how we can ensure that we can keep bringing this information to you. All right. Our all of the information to join is, I think, if you're on the phone, it's a little bit weird, but if you're on a laptop or something like that, it's right under the chat, or it's right in the description, et cetera, et cetera. You can find it. It's very easy. And in that, we'll see you on Sunday.
Definitely. We'll be here.
We'll see you on Sunday. Love y'all. You take care of yourself.